Welcome back, y'all. I hope you enjoyed the few clips that we got from our trail cams last week. Whatever took me down took my voice with me, so my apologies for not posting this video last week. I appreciate your patience and y'all coming back and checking out what we're doing here. So a few weeks ago, one of my friends was asking me about the logistics of how we're living. We are 100% off-grid here. We have no utilities, no water, no electricity, no trash service. It's just us and what we can do for ourselves, which is what we wanted. So I thought I would make a nice little series about how do we keep our food cold, how do we get power, all of those fun things. So a little backstory here for you. This is Fiddlesticks. She's a 2002 born free 24 RB, which means we have a rear bathroom. She's a casual elegance model, which means that all of our cabinetry is solid cherry wood, which means that Fiddlestick here weighs about 14,000 pounds. So we live on a private road off of a county road and frequently gets washed out by the rain. So try to imagine taking 7 tons of beast down those roads, and you can imagine that it is not good for her, especially in her advanced years. So we have decided to make ourselves as self-sufficient as possible so that we don't have to go into town to refill our services, water, propane, emptying tanks, and I'll get into all of the other things in our subsequent videos. So today I thought I would talk about the propane tank. So when we went down a couple of months ago to get our inspection, Missouri is an inspection state, we filled up our propane tank, 23-gallon propane tank, onboard propane tank. We were already planning on installing the extended stay kit. You can see we have 4-gallon cylinders here, and I'll explain everything else in subsequent videos. When we came back after filling our propane tank and getting an inspection, we noticed that we were leaking propane, and we realized, get down here so you can see, this is the propane regulator for the onboard tank, and the one that we had cracked. So it prompted us to speed up our installment of the extended stay kit, which means that the onboard propane tank, don't mind her rest, I told y'all she's old. So what we had to do was remove the old regulator. And let me tell you what, we had the regulator replaced a year or so ago, and when we were still in Oregon, and the guy that came out to install the new regulator over tightened to the point where we weren't really sure how we were going to get it off. It took us several hours of trying, and you have to realize that when you're dealing with gas fittings, that it doesn't hold to the same standard as righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. It is opposite. Make sure that you're properly installing your gas fittings. It's safety reasons. So I had been in contact with a couple of mobile RV people to see if they could come up. Marcus finally decided to give it the old college heave-ho and managed to break the seal on the old regulator. And then we proceeded to install this extended stay kit. And let me tell you what, it has changed our life. What we use propane for right now is our refrigerator. It is a dual power refrigerator, which means that it can run off of AC power or propane, and we are so blessed because right now we don't have the power to to keep the refrigerator going. We don't have our solar installed yet. So this has been an absolute blessing to have. The great thing about this, these extend to stay kits is that this can come off and you can hook it up to, like, if you have a propane grill, this will allow you to hook right into it. So you can see that the regulator is back here. We took the covering for the regulator, flipped it upside down, and lodged it in there to protect it from the rain. You can see how dirty Fiddlesticks is. We've been getting a lot of rain. It's been pretty cool how much rain we've been getting, but it makes for a dirty work area here. So that's the extend to stay kit. There's lots of videos out there showing you how to install it. We did not film our process because it was incredibly challenging and very frustrating. So she is currently hooked up to a cylinder that you can see by the gauge is getting pretty low, which brings us to our backups. One of these, this front one here, is for our dual fuel generator. So we have an onboard generator and a standalone. So I'll go over our power in another video. I just wanted to show you guys the first installment of how do we. So the extended stay kit has been an absolute blessing. Our refrigerator just sips at that propane. It's been really great. The only time we see a really big dip in the propane is when we use the hot water heater, and because it's been in the 90s with anywhere from 60 to 80% humidity. It's like living in the jungle, y'all. We don't really need a whole lot of the hot water heater. The water is just fine. And you're probably wondering, well, how do you fill your water? I'll touch on that in another video. I just wanted to get this one out since I promised y'all it would be coming. And we really appreciate you guys watching. If you could like, subscribe, and possibly even consider sharing, it would really help us out. Get our videos out there for everybody to share and enjoy as well. Thanks for joining us, and stay with us while we continue to fiddle in the sticks.